platform that is dedicated to amplify the Rising Women Initiative that has been running under our Citizen brand for the last 3 years and celebrated and touched and impacted the lives of thousands and thousands of women. And this platform, which will be launched later this year and which will be amplified by our partnership with Institute of Directors, is very exciting. And our digital department team is currently finalizing the platform, and I'll allow Mr. Bakari to talk about the significance of this partnership and what our partners will bring to the table. Before I welcome Bakari, we'll just give a brief history of Rising Women.
The Citizen Rising Women Initiative, an idea that started in a boardroom, has blossomed into a brand that celebrates women achievements, thereby embedding the identity of the Citizen newspaper as a brand that connects people towards a common good. It is a platform for highlighting the challenges that need to be overcome to achieve equality for women and also share solutions. The Mwananchi Communications Limited business flagship brand, The Citizen, in partnership with organizations that envision a world where gender equity advances opportunities for all, conducted the first edition of the Citizen Rising Women Initiative 2021 under the theme Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future. This initiative provided insight into the stories we keep writing. How do we get more women into leadership roles? We keep writing about this subject because we are far from achieving equality in a meaningful or timely way. So, what's holding women back, and how can men be part of the solution? For a period of 2 months, it was interesting to see women opening up to the world by sharing inspirational stories through the Citizen newspaper and Mwananchi Digital. We witnessed comprehensive coverage and enjoyed reading 61 stories pertaining to achievements of women in leadership and institutional initiatives that aim at achieving an equal future for all genders. The climax of what had been running in the newspaper, showcasing a number of women who braved a number of challenges to achieve milestones in their respective areas of work, was capped by the Citizen Rising Women event on 8th of March during the celebration of International Women's Day. The Rising Women event aims to bring career women and gender equality stakeholders under one roof in finding solutions together on how to help low, middle to senior level female leaders to face today's challenges with a fortified attitude. The content of the day focused on compromise, a complete set of effective tools, and discussions aimed at introducing the modern woman to concepts of leadership. Speakers of the Citizen Rising Women event were drawn from a pool of career women and distinguished women leaders. Mwananchi Communications Limited, through the Citizen, in conjunction with KPMG, invited institutions to participate for entries of the 2021 The Citizen Rising Women Awards. The annual Rising Women Awards seek to honor organizations that have structures such as training, policies and systems and programs in place that promote gender equality at their workplaces, have women representation in management and decision-making processes, and draw women to top positions as part of efforts to ensure that more qualified women attain leadership positions. The awards provide an escape for organizations from various sectors to be recognized for their efforts in addressing fundamental inequalities that hinder women from becoming leaders. 10 institutions emerged winners of the Citizen Rising Women Awards 2021. The companies being awarded during the night of the Citizen Rising Women Award 2021 have instituted 3 best practices, demonstrated and ingraining them into their company values. The practices are acknowledging the leadership strengths and contributions of women, providing women the educational and training resources necessary for them to succeed, giving women opportunities to excel within the organization and their careers. Here are the winners of the Citizen Rising Women Award 2021. The Rising Women Award category. This award recognizes organizations that promote gender equality at their workplaces, have a substantial women representation in management and decision-making processes. Entrants must have at least 50% women representation in management and decision-making processes. And the winners are AAR Insurance, IITA, Empress Furnitures Limited, Empower, and Minet. Woman of the Future Award. This award recognizes unique and impactful organization initiatives that advance gender balance in the workplace. Entrants must have enabling factors like HR policies, systems, and structures in place to support women from within the company to step up the ladder. Winners of these categories are CRDB Bank, KCB Bank, Elizabeth Glazer Pediatric AIDS Foundation, Nexia SJ Tanzania, and Coca-Cola Kwanza Limited. As Mwananchi Communications Limited, we hope for a ripple effect and that these awards will influence other organizations in Tanzania to follow suit and create an environment that enables women to flourish without taking away the essence of feminism. The Citizen Rising Woman Initiative first edition of 2021 wouldn't have been made possible without our sponsors: Anglo Gold Ashanti, Women Fund Tanzania Trust, NBC Bank, Vodacom, Songas, Tanesco, and CRDB Bank. Without forgetting our partners, KPMG and Plastic.
So that's a bit of background around where the Citizen Rising Woman has come from. And we're taking it digital, so our offering will be much larger, which means that we will be impacting a lot more women, and we will be able to touch the lives of more women on a day-to-day basis. So I'll allow our Chief Executive, Mr. Bakari, to talk more about it.
Asante Happiness, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My brother Said Kambi, CEO, Institute of Directors Tanzania, Team NCL and Team IODT who are here today. It gives me enormous pleasure to be part of this occasion today. And Saidi, this is our second collaboration after coming together to deal with the issues of leadership. We have gone into that partnership for 2 years now, and from that partnership we are seeing how collaboration work between organizations or among organizations. So today we are gathered here to sign yet another collaboration partnership with the Institute of Leadership in Tanzania. And what are we going to do today? In essence, we have watched the video and we've heard what Happiness said. The success of the Citizen Rising Woman has been picked from different platforms, different stakeholders, and the appreciative nature of it is it has come at the time where people needed to hear better stories of success from other people, women who have made it. So learning from one another, how do we now tell those stories to inspire women in other parts of business sectors and what have you. So today's collaboration is aimed at taking the initiative of the Citizen Rising Woman to the next level beyond doing it on monthly basis in March, February to March. Now it is becoming a daily thing. By taking it to digital, we are actually putting it out there for women to network, for women to come together all the time, exchanging ideas, exchanging experience, giving each other's referrals, sharing networks. So what we are doing today, bringing in IODT, these are experts, Said will explain later, they are experts in leadership training, leadership skills, mentorship and coaching. So this platform will become a teaching tool, a living teaching tool for women in different areas. So the role that will be played by Mwananchi Communications will be for us to make this platform available, user-friendly, reachable wherever you are, and at a very low cost. You can access this wide network which bring together winners of edition 1, edition 2, edition 3, and going forward. But it also brings together women who have been covered in our stories. Porky said in the video, we've been covered an average of 60 stories per year. So for 3 years, that is about 180 plus stories. So all these will be put under one big portal which will enable women, not just women in corporate, but women at other levels. This year what we did is to extend the Citizen Rising Woman beyond corporate, to take it to schools, to girls in school who want to be one day to be the happiness of this world, the Salome, Salama of this world, the Vivian of this world, and what have you. So we are happy to be here, and we'll continue to innovate. We'll continue to partner with like-minded organizations, which will help us build this platform to the level that will increase the engagement and make it accessible wherever you are, in whatever country you are. You might be learning from Tanzania, what are we doing, and learn, maybe replicate it to other countries. So before I end my remarks, I want to sincerely thank also NMB Bank. They believed in this journey from the word go. So together, the NMB, IODT, and the Mwananchi Communications, we are co-creating, co-developing this facility to suit the needs of women out there, and bring them together in one platform where they can learn from one another. So once again, very happy to be signing a second contract with IODT, not for our benefit, but for the benefit of the rest of women and the whole journey for women empowerment in Tanzania. Karibu sana.
Yeah, my brother Bakari Machumu, the Managing Director, Mwananchi Communications Limited, Happiness Otimanya, the lead for the Rising Women, platform. Salama, the lead for marketing and business development at the Institute of Directors, Team Mwananchi, Team IODT. Mabibi na mabwana, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm very, very happy to be here. I've been here quite a few times. So now, actually, I think every time I'm around here, it makes me happy. We've covered quite a lot, the IODT and Mwananchi. Probably, you want to ask why leadership, why women, and why this collaboration. And what I'm going to be talking about will cover around those areas. Why women? Leadership is something that is coming up, now to the fore more than it used to be. It used to be something automatic by then. Once you have a position, sometimes we even thought that leaders could be born. So you are born with, leadership, with, a silver or golden spoon in your mouth. Now it's coming to be understood that one of the most important things is actually leadership is everywhere, and leadership can be learned. That's extremely important to understand. So anyone, right, being given an opportunity and commitment can become a leader. And that's very interesting, especially when you look at the condition of women versus men in our societies. I don't need to say a lot, but you really understand. So even if you wanted to satisfy the natural balance, I think we had Census last year, isn't it? And I think it's 51-51, or women are slightly more than men, but so if you just want to talk about natural, setting, then you need to look at women as having equal, space to men. But when I said leadership can be learned, but the base of leadership is what we call the principles or pillars of leadership. I do not have time now to mention all of them, but I'll mention one that is relevant today, that of justice and fairness. So one of the most important golden principle for a leader is to be just leader, right, and to be fair. In that particular sense, most people say, if you take women into the organization, for instance, if you recognize women's rights in a country, and of course all other, minority group rights, women are just there as an example. Does that put food on the table? Does that put ugali on the table? It doesn't matter that it puts ugali on the table, because it's an issue of, principle. What we call decorum in English, or murua in Kiswahili. I don't know whether you know that word. Things look good when you are just. Yeah, and the other thing, from in terms of asking why women, we need to look at that redressing. And my brother Bakari said here, and it's most important, that it was easier to look at the corporate, women and so on. But I'm happy that Rising Women now goes outside. I want to see Mama Mboga and Dada Matunda and Mama Lishe and so on as well. Because I said leadership can be learned, isn't it? And everyone should be given opportunity to grow. So I think you should clap for Mwananchi, especially starting with Rising Women, to be able to give this opportunity, and that proves that Mwananchi is just and fair. In corporate governance, we are looking at companies that have proved that they can, implement corporate governance or leadership at their particular level. Mwananchi has distinguished itself. That's why we thought of working with them from the outset, with what Bakari spoke about the first MOU. So we are, once we heard about the second, the Rising Women initiative, we thought that was very important. What is our role? Our role again is to supply, from the platform, to supply and improve upon, or complement from the viewpoint of developing these women. It's nice to profile them in the articles, right, and so on. Probably NMB talking about this, and other banks could come and say, we're going to also give you loans, for instance. But if you do not know how to deal with these things, which is the leadership part, then it will be a loss. So we'll be assisting all these women, in at least 3 areas. The first one being mentoring, the second one being coaching. Mentoring and coaching are very close, but are not necessarily the same. And then the third one is counseling. Someone has been mentored and coached, then probably, they might need counseling at that particular point in time. And there is certain sensitivity when you're dealing with coaching and mentoring women. Most of the time now, probably mentors will be also male, and now, it's gender, and so on. But also having this, since they're coming from a minority group, they could be taken advantage of. So instead of matching them with people from the street, you want to work with the Institute of Directors, which has distinguished itself in terms of leadership, but which will have a good program where we'll have coaches and mentors also agreeing to a code of conduct that will run or determine the kind of relationship that they are doing. Definitely, we are signing the MOU today. We as the IODT have worked on our side, which is to get the coaches and the mentors in place, to prepare them. You just cannot pick people, as said, from the street. You have to prepare them to the standard that they'll be able to fulfill this particular requirement. The platform will be from Mwananchi, and I think this is marriage made in heaven. Not only a marriage of convenience, but a marriage made in heaven. And we want we have 2 slogans at the Institute of Directors. One is from the cradle. Most people think to the grave. No, from the cradle to the cradle. Because leadership is cyclical. Always you have people going on and on and on. And number 2 is better boards, better business, better Tanzania. So in that particular sense, we wish to work around better leadership and then make better businesses, and then that will impact on the economy of the whole country. This is a very noble, initiative that I wish at this point in time, with my last few comments, to say thank you very much for having first Mwananchi conceiving this whole idea, but being run in such a way that it can distinguish itself when it comes to corporate leadership and governance, and the way that we want it to be recognized. For that one as well, thank you very much for NMB to see this opportunity. I cannot stop now saying we welcome other sponsors, who will make this successful. But finally as well, our other media partners, TBC, who also have been working and working with us, throughout about 7 years that we've had this experience. I would like to once again, say thank you very much to Bakari, because as much as Mwananchi has done this, I'm sure and I'm very much comfortable that Bakari has, as a person, played a very big part as someone who has noble, objective to grow Mwananchi as a business, to grow Mwananchi employees, as well as I said, leadership has no position, and of course to MCL under Bakari at the moment, and IODT under me at the moment, to take Tanzania forward. Bwana Bakari, thank you very much. Happiness and salama.
Asante sana.
So now we are going to have our legal manager. Finance and legal manager. Yeah. For the contract signing and witness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the one who is please say
Mtambulishe vizuri jina na position. Vipi?
okay. Witness the signing of the MOU between Mwananchi Communications and IODT Tanzania.
Mabibi na mabwana, ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed the signing of memorandum of understanding between Mwananchi Communications Limited and the Institute of Directors in Tanzania. Once again, CEO Said Kambi, your team, thank you for believing in us. Thank you for this continued support. And from Mwananchi Communication, thank you team for coming up with this idea of extending our product, the Citizen Rising Woman, to digital space. And as Said said, they believe in strong board, better businesses, better business, make better Tanzania. That resonates well with our slogan, our tagline of empowering the nation. As Mwananchi Communications, a media company in the digital era, we are talking about how do we redefine our purpose to the Tanzanian community and the global at large. So this theme of empowering the nation talks about whatever we do, we have to ask ourselves what impact, positive impact, does it bring to our readers, to our advertisers, to our users, our viewers, whoever come across our product, be it newspapers, be it digital platform, be it courier services, be it advertising, be it printing of newspapers and other products. We have to impact your life positively. We have to empower you to see the opportunity and grab them and make your life better, and in the process you make the Tanzanian life better. So asanteni sana, looking forward to continue the support from your team, and we assure you our support from Mwananchi. And once again we thank NMB for being part of this. We thank TBC for joining us today with the partnership they have with the IBT, which is extended to us. And we also worked with the TBC in our own space, and we are looking forward to also collaborating more with the TBC as a media company in the space we operate for. Asanteni sana na muwe na mchana mwema. Kuna maswali?